There's no question that in America that joining the military is directly linked to either getting free college, you don't know what you want to do in your life, you're broke, you're running out of options, you just graduated high school, and your name is Aaron Batley. Yeah, that was me, and maybe it's you too. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the stigma of the military being the only option for poor people, or it's strictly for poor people, or if you're just considering joining the military point blank period, maybe, watch the video and decide whether or not you want to join the military still after watching it. But going back to high school, if you guys are still in high school, you guys are probably experiencing this, and if you guys already graduated, we can all remember when the military recruiters would come in either during the college career fair or, during the high school cafeteria lunch sessions and set up a little table. The Marines would bring their little pull-up bar, and maybe even, your upperclassmen that graduated already who went to military, they're there, trying to get you to join and come to the recruiting station. If you live in a lower income area though, you might see recruiters more often because according to the study, recruiters often tend to go to lower area income schools or just lower area incomes in general to recruit more, which may sound alarming at first, but if you really think about it with, it might sound crazy, but if you really do think about it, higher income areas probably don't really need the military because their parents are probably going to take care of their college. Their parents probably aren't going to kick them out or make them pay rent right after high school. And so they're probably not really thinking about the military because why would I do that, get paid less when I could just go to college for free already and have a great job and a great life? And I also found recruiters online saying how they don't necessarily target lower income areas. It just makes sense because why go and sell something to somebody who doesn't really want to buy what you're selling? Because if you go to a rich neighborhood, bro, you're not really going to get that many people wanting to join the military because like I said before, nobody really wants to join for free college when they're already getting free college, probably to the top school. And why would you want to live the life of a military unless you really want to when you don't have to? Whereas you go to, the hood or lower income areas and offer these kids $50,000 bonuses, free healthcare, free college, et cetera, to, a kid who's maybe never even been to a dentist before, maybe never even had their eyes checked before, to them getting out of their hometown sounds way more appealing, than somebody who doesn't really have to if they don't need to. But recruiters can stretch the truth a lot. So if a recruiter is talking to you, make sure you research whatever he says, join the Discord to verify some of the stuff. And I'm not going to lie, back in the days, recruiters were kind of sketchy. So
then why do recruiters lie to future soldiers to keep their numbers up?
I'd rather just stay here, go to college.
But when he told that to Sergeant Glenn Marquette, a supervisor at the Greens Point recruiting station.
No, there's not a way out. You sign a line contract. There's no way out. No.
But that wasn't true.
Be wary of that. But does the military really recruit poor people? I wouldn't say so because now if you guys try to join, it's kind of freaking hard to join the military because you have to pass the ASVAB, you have to graduate from high school or have your GED. With Genesis now, you can't really have any major health conditions, you can't really have a bad background, you can't commit felonies, and et cetera, and et cetera. So it's actually kind of hard to join the military now since the military just doesn't take anyone nowadays. But if you guys are still eligible and you guys are still considering joining the military, make sure it makes sense for you. Don't let anybody else's opinion affect you from making this decision. At the end of the day, this is your life. And if the military makes sense to you versus your alternatives, make sure you research it and you continue watching this video because the military offers opportunities such as tuition assistance so you can get your degree while you're serving in the military. But just make sure your MOS that you choose kind of isn't a hectic one that's combat related or, one that has a normal schedule like a normal job. Choose one of those versus, infantry or Cav Scout because you're going to have more time to do college doing something like a dental assistant versus infantry. Just saying. But in addition to tuition assistance, you obviously get your GI Bill, the VA home loan. There's a bunch of bonuses and opportunities that the military offers people of low income, people who comes from, the trenches, that they wouldn't have otherwise. For me personally, out of high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to get out of my hometown. I didn't want to be in college debt for the rest of my life. I wanted to travel for free, you feel me? Your boy is adventurous. I like to do cool stuff. The military kind of offers that cool stuff and those opportunities to meet cool people, your brothers, you feel me? I'm in freaking South Korea right now, bro, for free. And so if you really don't know what you want to do in life, but you still want to progress in life, the military might not be a bad option. But why is it like this? Is this all done on purpose? The lack of free college in America, the lack of free healthcare? One could say yes, because Economic conscription, if you guys don't know what it is pretty much making the economic environment of one so shitty that joining the military seems like a great option. So whenever a country tries to mess with the United States, you guys kind of see those memes, insert, this is why America doesn't have universal health care. It begs the question, if America did have universal health care and free college, how many people would still be enlisting? And so this made me very curious, and I put on my investigator do-rag on and I investigated. But before I give you my answer, I want your answer. Do you guys think that we would still have a big military if we had free healthcare and free college in the United States of America? Comment down below right now and like the video. I think there might be a drop at first, I'm not gonna lie, because the incentives of joining the military definitely drop because most people join for free college anyway. And so if you're already giving it out for free, especially once them student debt forgiveness came out, a lot of military members was kind of shook. Like, why the hell did I join? You feel me? Not gonna lie. Full transparency. But I also wanted to go deeper though, and I compared a comparable nation with the same size or similar or relative to America, which is India, who has universal healthcare. And we pretty much have the same amount of active duty personnel, but India's healthcare quality isn't, as higher ranked as America's. And so does that mean anything? Could America still have free healthcare and also a big grand military? That's one for you to decide, and that's one for, who knows. But all in all though, some other arguments though for the military, being like this and America being like this is, the military offers great benefits for families. It offers great skills for, young Americans to develop, and it offers access to education, definitely use your tuition assistance, your GI Bill. If you don't use it, give it to your kids, Not many other places do that. But others may argue it exploits lower income individuals in this country because, there's really no other options because it's either drastic poor where you're on Section 8, you really, you can't be making more than a certain criteria. There's so many criteria to compete with. So if you want to be like a decent and well off, the military is like that stepping stone that you're kind of, really enticed to take if you want to, reach a certain status in America if you haven't, come from it. And it also doesn't address the root issues of America because education and free healthcare are kind of the fundamentals of your nation's citizens, and the lack of social support doesn't really help the ones who aren't even qualified to enter the military. So they're kind of just effed. And so while you're thinking about that, I want to go into some of the stereotypes about joining the military because, going to war is kind of one of the things that the military does. And if you guys, do decide to join the military and you're worried about dying, I'm not going to guarantee you guys aren't going to die in a war, but, choose an MOS or a job that isn't related to combat. I'm not going to guarantee, again, if push comes to shove, you still might find yourself out there, but at least you won't be the first person out there. I'm not going to lie to you. Your boy, if you see me out there as a dental assistant out there, shit's gone bad. I'm not going to lie. And, pray for me. And another one is that you're going to turn into a robot, which I don't think is necessarily true. I honestly think the military has just made me a better person. I still have my same humor as high school, and I just feel like that I just want better for myself, and I'm disciplined. I'm not going to lie, bro. The military definitely has improved me as a person. Like, I'm not going to lie. And being stationed in South Korea and meeting South Korean soldiers and learning that they have conscription, meaning that they're all forced to join the military. They don't really get a choice. And so, it could be worse in America. At least, we kind of have a choice back in the States. And would it be different if Mexico or Canada had artillery pointed at our nation's capital 24/7 around the clocks like North Korea does to South Korea? And so maybe we would feel a certain way and maybe we wouldn't mind conscription, but who knows? But also I want to say though that statistically speaking, the military is made up of mostly middle-class income people. And not only middle-class income people serve, you will come across that random rich person who just joined for the adventure. For example, Pat Tillman joined, Marshall Plumlee joined, and people who came from a bad situation who joined the military, they became famous, like Duke Dennis or Bella Poarch. And it also just might be a heritage thing of just joining the military because your great-grandpa did, your dad did, and you're just following in their footsteps, which is A-okay. Lastly, in my personal opinion, I feel like somebody has to do it, you feel me? Like, America, it's not perfect, right? It's not perfect, but you have to ask yourself, would you rather want Russia or China to be the biggest superpower in the world and running things and controlling the shots? Would you rather want to live in those countries or would you rather want to live in America? You feel me? I'm not justifying anything. I'm not defending anything, but nations with a weak military tend to be conquered and invaded by other bigger nations, such as Armenia and Azerbaijan, maybe Venezuela and Guyana, Ukraine and Russia. And so I kind of think it's important, you know, I'd rather be in a country that has a big, strong military that can kind of, you know, defend itself and defend its freedoms, because honestly I feel like the freedoms in this country are worth defending for it. And there's a reason why hundreds of people are in my inbox DM me from different countries, even offering to pay me to come serve this nation's country for citizenship here. I think a lot of people in this country overlook that, and I do recognize that, you know, that C word kind of ruined the military, and you know, we've done some questionable things. But at the end of the day, if joining the military makes sense for you, the alternative isn't better than joining the military, I say just do it, bro. Join my Discord, find out as much information you can about it, and just do it. But if you guys like the video, and comment down, you know, your thoughts. I want to hear.